computer. Okay, we are recording. The light is blinking. Hallelujah. Hi, everybody. It's Nancy Joe with our October Director Zoom call. I'd like to thank you for coming and spending this time with us. So we had a really good directors meeting yesterday afternoon, and so I have a bunch of things to share with you. And the other thing that I have happening on this phone call is Kylie Wilshire from the home office is going to join us, and she is going to share a little bit about the Facebook boosting and the new advertising rules and regulations that we are allowed to do. There is a webinar tonight, okay? She will give us that information, and there's also one, it's 6 o'clock tonight, Central Time, and also there's another one that will be happening next, I think during this week at some point, okay? All right, so let's first of all get started with some recognition. All right, we had Colleen Finley with $1,452. Good job, Colleen. Sandy Prusner had $1,585. I don't see Sandy's face. I just see a great picture of her and her husband. Sandy, hopefully you're seeing us. Applaud for you. Alice Goodell, $1,700. Good job, Alice. Okay. Then we have Sally Schubert for $1,750. Good job, Sally. Nancy Eccles, $1,915, and Nancy was the head of her high school reunion, and so I know how much work that is. So I hear everybody thinks she's going to listen in later. $2,576. Great job, Glenna. Kay Wiesner, is Kay here? Don't see Kay. We had $2,652 in sales. Naomi Zaccaro, Sherry Eisenberg had $2,896. Good job, Sherry. I know Sherry was just on here a minute ago. $88 in sales. Carol Olson had $3,370 in sales. Jean Gallagher had $4,486 in sales. Amy Sue Grabeau, Amy, I saw Amy on here a minute ago. There you are. $4,993 in sales. Great job. Kim Draghi had $5,022 in sales. Great job, Kim. Here she is, I think on the back here. And then Lisa Bailey had $5,487 in September sales. Lisa had a recruit, Kim had a recruit, Amy Sue had a recruit, Nancy Eiseldike had a recruit, and so did Naomi Zaccaro. So for the people that RSVP'd to me ahead of time, that's your recognition. So congratulations, great job. Let's give everybody a woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Okay, all right. If you didn't RSVP, we don't have your numbers on here. So, yeah, did I miss somebody, Bobby? I don't have your numbers. What did you end up doing last month, Bobby? Hold on, let me unmute you. Okay. Oh,
a little over 4,000.
A little over 4,000. Great job. Good job. Colleen, I got you. I got Carol, Alice, Lori Gilbert. Lori, what did you do last month?
$6,428.82.
$6,442. Nice job, Lori. And I heard you did a great job at the retreat.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Well, I'd love to hear some of the things you shared with them in a little bit. Okay. Let's see. And Glenna, Randy. Okay, Leanne. It's really important to RSVP to these so that we can be ready for you. Just because it wouldn't be fun if I was reading 64 names worth of recognition, you know. So anyway, one of the things we did yesterday was I shared with you I shared with everyone my plan of how I'm trying to work with everyone, schedule everyone for the half-hour phone call, use the fall sheet that you can change anything in the fall, and and I sent some great coaching questions to you. Did everybody get them? Did everybody look at their email? Okay. Those are some of the questions that I'm using to help you all in your businesses. We sourced a great book that really works with our kind of business really nicely. And so I didn't want to just keep it all to myself. So I wanted to give it to all of you because I know you're coaching your people. What I would suggest, and forgive me if I ever ask you a question a second time, but what you can do is put people's name at the top of this, have a set of questions for each person, and highlight as you ask the different questions, okay? So you know what you've asked them, and you can write what their answers are behind it or on another sheet. So it's what I would suggest you doing with that, okay? And hold on one second. Hey, Tone, do you know what time she's going to be done? Appreciate it. Okay. So anyway, so it's double-sided. I made it double-sided for you, and but they're really, really good for, you know, asking people those important questions that help them decide what they want. Because let's face it, each consultant always has the measuring stick. You can't want something more for them than they want it, but you need to find out where they're at and what they want for their business. So I wanted to share this with you. Now the other thing I'd like to share with you is something called a income calculator. Did you guys, who knows about this? Yay, okay, a few of you. Were you on the pilot?
I have a question.
Sure.
I don't know if it's just me, but I'm hearing a pretty big echo or a kickback or something, and everybody isn't muted. So you're kind of gurgling. Because I'm hearing you, and I think I'm hearing you again.
Yeah, we have, is it still happening?
Yes.
Okay, so let me mute everybody. Okay, let me see.
Sorry, I just didn't know if anybody else was experiencing.
No, Nancy said something too.
Okay.
My son's girlfriend was on with Israel on a class actually. So that's why I was wondering. She just finished. Do you still hear it?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. All right. So I think it'll be fine now. I think it'll be fine now. Sorry, Natalie. I apologize. I felt so bad. So does do I need to go redo the questions? Sorry about that. She was supposed to be done by noon, and it went a little over. She's taking Arabic lessons from someone in Israel, so she connects up, and it's pretty cool. So anyway, apologize for that background noise. Really excited about these questions. It's just a real simple way to help you find out what your people are going to want and where they're going to go, and then and where they want to go. The other thing that the company has given us is something called an income calculator. Okay, and some of you know about this. So Angie, do you know about the income calculator, or were you just talking to me about the noise? The noise. Okay. Who knows about the income calculator? Okay, Colleen, we're going to unmute you. Okay. All right. Colleen, tell me, were you in the pilot?
No, I saw it at a meeting I went to last week.
Okay. All right. So did you do it?
I haven't, well, I looked at it, and I haven't done it yet because I'm a little inept when it comes to screen sharing. And so I've got to figure out how I can do that when we can't screen share. So I've got to figure this technology part out of it.
Okay.
I can use it with a new consultant.
All right. Well, I am going to attempt at screen sharing it with you today.
Oh, great. That's what I get for volunteering, so everybody can see my numbers.
No
judgment.
No judge. There's no judgment. See, absolutely not. Here's a question. Who wouldn't mind if
I don't mind. You can use me. Go ahead.
Okay.
Use me. I don't mind.
You want, okay. I was going to say I got to find someone who wouldn't mind first.
Yeah, I
first
don't
of
mind.
all.
I don't mind.
Okay.
The numbers
all right.
don't lie, so I don't mind.
Yeah. And, okay, income calculator link. And here's the good news. This week, next week, as I talk to you all over the next 10 days, we will do your personal income calculator, and then I will send you the link so you can do it with your people and share it, okay? So let's make sure. And I have no idea why I don't think there's a bug or anything in my calculator. It's just running, my computer is just running really slow. So work with me just for a minute on this. We did it at the meeting yesterday with about 6 or 8 of the newer people, and it was very exciting, you guys. It was very, very exciting because, okay, now I got 12 tabs coming up here. All right. Here we go. Come on, come on. And what this does, now there's the reason everyone doesn't have it is because, okay, hold on one second, is because they want to work some of they've come up with it, and now they want the executives to use it and send in their feedback of what they think and what should be different, et cetera, okay? All right. Now, let me see if this is the right link. Okay, of course. And it's not, hold on. Okay. All right, so here's, I'm gonna play this little, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Exit full screen, hold on. I hate technology. All right, let me put this there. Oops, hold on, sweetheart. Let me screen share. Some of us don't have those coaching clutches. Yes, we can email it to you, absolutely. All right, so what I want to do is share my screen. Okay. Hold on. Can you see my screen? Can you? Oh. All right. So here it is. Okay. I think I got it now. Share screen. What I need to do is take a course on Zoom is what I need to do. Everybody else with me? All right. Okay. Now let's put it on full screen. Can everybody see that now? Okay. So. I can see. Yeah, this is really cool, you guys. Okay. All right. So let me make this a little smaller here. And let's see. Okay. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to make it smaller. There we go. Okay. Now let's go to the income calculator itself. And let me go to Colleen's, and then we'll share the screen again. Okay. And it has a drop-down screen of all your people. Oops. Let's try that again. Let's see, it's alphabetical by first name. So in my second gen, let me go to Colleen. Okay, and thank you, Colleen, for allowing us to do this.
You're welcome.
Share the screen. Okay. So here's Colleen's numbers, all right? Right now, a couple of things we've already told him about is if the shows aren't separated, and this is the average of your last 3 months. So if the shows aren't, the shows aren't separated with virtual and cooking shows. So right off the bat, there's an issue, okay? Because people are saying, well, gosh, I don't have, I have 12 or 14 orders at my regular show and 6 at my virtual show. So they've already heard us that we need those two numbers separated out. And then, because their average order is different and so is their average sale, okay? So, but let's use Colleen as an example, and remember everything is blended. So Colleen does 1 show a month on average for the last 3 months with 10 orders per show. Yeah, and that's a good number, Colleen, because the average number of shows with Pampered Chef on a regular cooking show is 7. So that's 3 above. So great job.
Thank you.
Your average guest order is huge. Great job. That is amazing. That is amazing. We're going to ask you how you think you get to that, okay, in a little bit. So you be thinking on that. And then we can also see where your commission is for your first gen or your personal team sales and first gen sales. Okay, so let's play here. Okay, Colleen, do you what is your goal? I think you said, was it 4 shows a month?
I'd like to be at 6, actually.
6 shows. Okay, now this is going to really go crazy. So here we go. Let's put this to 6. Okay, and do you think you want to try and get 1 or 2 more orders per show? Or are you happy with 10 on average? What do you think?
I'm happy with that. I'd like to be at 12, but I'm happy with the 10.
Okay, and then and your average guest order is huge. So let's calculate just with doing more shows what your monthly income will be. Okay, so another 5 shows will give you $1,445 more in sales. I mean, in commission. You'll go from $9,000 to $17,000. Okay, now watch what happens when I add. I'm just going to play here. Let's make that 12. Calculate. Now it goes up to 1,700 additional sales just for 2 more orders per show. And then let's bring this to 110 just for giggles, okay? All right. All right, let's calculate. Now it goes up another $100 just for those few dollars more, okay? All right, so, and then what would happen? You have an end count of 19 with an average monthly show of 0.35. What would happen if you changed that to 0.50, which is just a little bit more? It's probably only 2 or 3 people doing shows. 1 more show, I should say. All right, let's calculate that. All right, so now we're up to $1,959 additional. That's not your check, it's plus the $830, okay? So now we've gone from about $10,000 in annual income to $23,000 for working once to twice a week, adding 2 more orders per show, and $5.25 more per show, which is nothing, right? It's just a couple of somethings, okay? So, and what would happen if your team had an average of 8 orders per show instead of 6.65? And again, average guest orders, phenomenal, Colleen. So you're doing something right there, okay? And what if your end count was at 25? By increasing your end count by 25%, let's see what those 2 things will do. Look at that. $2,000 extra. Okay. All right. So who else would like theirs done? Who else is big, bold, and brave? Anybody?
You can do mine.
Lori? Okay.
Sure.
Thanks, Lori. All right. So do you see the drop-down menu, everybody?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So it goes through your personal team, then your first gen, your second gen personal team. And I keep moving too fast. All right, there we go. Lori Gilbert. Okay. Isn't this cool, you guys? Are you like so excited? I'm so excited, I can't stand it. All right, so Lori, you have a monthly income of about $2,400. Your average monthly shows is 9.3. And I know you do, are you mostly virtual?
It's about more virtual than
live. Okay. You've got 12 orders per show, which is great. The company average is 7, so you've got that almost double. The average guest order is $67.80. Okay. So now let's play around. Let's move this. Lori, what's your goal? Are you at your goal, or do you think, are you trying to do, and again, this is blended. So would you say 12 shows a month because that's including virtual?
Well, my goal is at least like 6,500 in sales.
Okay.
So however I get there.
So however you get there. Okay. So let's see. They don't have the average show on here. Well, let's just go to 12 and see what happens. Okay.
Sure.
All right. We're going to calculate. I want you to see how each calculation changes what your monthly income could be. So that was increasing, Lori, by 2 3/4 shows. Okay. So that would be equivalent to probably, is your virtual show, Lori, pretty much equal to your live show, or would you say it's 30% less? What would you think?
Equal, if not higher.
Your virtual is equal, if not higher.
Yes.
Awesome. That's unusual. Okay. That's unusual. All right. So, so you'd make another $585 just by adding 2.5 orders, basically, or excuse me, 2.5 shows. All right. And then if we added 2 more orders, let's calculate that. Goes from $585 to $1,025.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And additional $1,025 added to your $23.99. So by adding 2 3/4 show, or 2 2/3 shows, and adding 2 orders extra per show. Now watch this. Let's put this to 75. Okay, just because you're really close, but not quite $7 away.
They're talking about this new consultant.
Okay, so now you go up to $1,300 extra.
You can kind of play with.
Do you see that? That's almost 50% of what you're making. That's more than 50% by just adding 2 1/4 or 2 2/3 shows, 2 orders to each show, and raising your average guest order by less than $7. Can you see? Do you see the impact?
Yeah.
It is huge. It is huge. And can you see how this would be an amazing tool with your consultants?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so this is really great. And I got permission yesterday for you to get the link after I actually do your numbers with you. That's my requirement. And now you can't put this on, you can't put the link on any Facebook groups, or you have to do it personally with people, because what they don't want is they don't want this thing to crash. This is a pilot, okay? And they're allowing the executives to use it with their teams, and then you can use it with your teams, but it can't go out to the world. If it does, it'll just mess things up. They want to get it right first before they put it out. You see what I'm saying? So, awesome. Lori, that's so exciting. Almost a 50% income, more than a 50% add in income for just a little more work. Okay, so congratulations on those great numbers. Great. Anybody else? We'll do one more. Bobby? Okay. All right, Miss Bobby Bolton. Okay. Okay. And went too far. Okay, why aren't you on? Oh, guess because you're in my first line now. I'm looking at my second line. Bobby's in. Bobby moved up to my first line. What a gift. I love inheritance. It's an amazing thing. Okay. Sorry about that, Bobby. I was thinking, why isn't she here? All right. Bobby Bolton. Okay. So Bobby earns an average of about $2,400 in monthly income. All right, her sales, oh, the sales are right there. Hello. So I don't know why I didn't see that on yours, Lori. The sales are 3,100, and then your average show is 6.33. Where do you think you'd like to take this, Bobby? You want to go to 8 shows a month? Does that work for you?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so that first calculation, that'll add $800 in sales with your personal party average, another $210. Okay, your orders per show. Let's move this to, what do you think, 8 or 9? You're almost at
I
6.
was going to go 9 or 10.
Okay.
I've been virtual for the last 3 months, so that's.
Yes, and you know, Bobby is in Florida with all the disasters, so these numbers are amazing that you've been doing. To begin with, Bobby. I mean, Bobby hit directorship last month, and I know her and Angie, you know, Angie, you hit directorship as well, correct? Oh, you're not moving. Anyway, so some of these girls are in the disaster areas. So let's see what 10 will do, 10 orders. Because yeah, virtual is usually, Lori, you're an unusual case, and we want to hear from you because that's not what a lot of people are experiencing. Okay, now that goes from 500, what was it, 525 to 1,053 by adding 4.5 more orders. Okay, or probably doing some more live cooking shows rather than the virtual. All right, and then your average guest order is excellent, but let's just play a little. Let's make it 90. $3.50 more. Okay, and that'll bring it to another $100. Okay, let's make it 95. That's about an $8 increase. One small product. Oh, what did I do? Hold on. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Your ears very well.
Yeah, I want an $8 order. Thank you.
There you go. There you go. Now it brings it up. Look at that. 1.5 or 1 2/3 more shows, 4 more orders, and just an $8-9 order extra, and you've almost doubled your pay. So $2,400 to end. There's an additional $1,244. Okay. So, exciting stuff. And guess what this all comes down to, you guys?
Just one more.
Yeah.
What's that, Lori?
Just one more.
Just
Yeah.
one more.
Yes, just one more. And how about host coaching?
Yeah.
I mean, this is all about host coaching, you guys. All about host coaching. It, you know, because the more people you have, the more orders you have, the more people you'll be touching. And I know you know this, but sometimes it's the simple things that we need to be reminded of. But the more people that you touch, the more opportunity to have a higher guest order. There's a party atmosphere. People are saying what they love in their kitchens, and just a little bit more in party order, another 1.5 shows, and you can almost double your pay. Congratulations, okay? And
I
then,
like all this personal team stuff and all that. I love those calculations.
yes, let's do that. How many would you like on your end count?
And this is by when? Like 1 month?
Well,
1 year?
let's say by the end of the year.
By the end of the year? 40.
Okay, because it's not just you recruiting.
Right,
It's
exactly.
you and your team, okay? So if you take and do 5 or 6 of those people in the next 3 months, you've got another 6 people for your team to do, or 7 people for your team to do. And you've got a large team. So if a couple of people purpose to recruit 1 or 2, you've got it. You're there, okay? So, and an average monthly show, that's a good average. That's the company average right there. All right, so you've got that. Here's a goal for you guys. First off, we used to do healthy team statistics all the time, and the growing mode for a healthy team is that the director does a minimum of 2,500, but really it should be closer to 4,000 to 5,000, okay? But minimum of 2,500. And if they're active people, okay, and I'm not talking about the people who've been gone already for 3 or 4 months. I'm talking about the people that are within their 2 months. If you have them on average do $1,000 per person, so $1,000 per active. In other words, unclick the button that says include inactives on your performance tracker, all right? And then do your report. So you're gonna see really, not to say people can't reactivate and people can't put in a show, but we're talking about the people that are alive and kicking, not halfway to the morgue, okay? I know that sounds bad, sorry. But I always say it's easier to recruit new blood than to raise the dead, okay? So if you can get this to 1, all right, or even say, let's put it to 3/4, Bobby, okay? And then if their orders, now their orders are a little low, so again, it would be a host coaching thing right here. If you can get this to go to 8, say 2.5 orders more, all right? And the average guest order is a great number, but we'll raise it to 75. All right, let's calculate. My cat's into something back there. Look at that.
Yeah. Another
You're
600.
Another $20,000 in annual income, almost 21,000. So now you're going to be close to almost 50,000 by those small changes. For you to go from 6.3 to 8 shows, more orders per show, which again, if you're doing more live now, if you're coming up on doing more live, that'll be very helpful with that number. Raising, hold on you guys. My cat knocked my phone off the hook, hold on. What?
She's like, hold on, that's just my phone off the hook.
Just sitting there looking at the phone and looking at me like, what the heck is going on here? Okay, all right. And then just adding about $8 to your guest order. So, at your next team meeting or the next Zoom call that you do, Bobby, I would say, let's do this goal together. And I would put it on a big poster board. Anyone who recruits someone, I would put them into a drawing, and when they qualify, I'd put them into and I'd put another ticket in for them. You've got stranded goods around the house, don't you? Don't you have some things you can give away? I'm not saying you got to buy new things, because the other thing the consultants love is they love all the bags. You know how we've all got bags upon bags. All right, so I would start using them, giving them away. Clear. Everybody's talking about decluttering their houses, declutter your life. Give some things away. That's what I'm going to do. And it may cost you some postage, but think of it this way. It's one less thing you've got to move, and it's that other person is going to be advertising their business, okay? So if you have a goal, and let them know that you're working on raising your numbers too. I think it's really important, you know, that it's not just about the paycheck, it's about working with everyone together, okay? Oh gosh, I wonder where Kylie is. Kylie, are you on this call?
Yeah, I sure am. Hi, Nancy Jo. How are you doing?
Good. Okay, good. I'm sorry. I just noticed the time. So.
No, you're fine. It's a great discussion.
Okay. And I know that you're in on all this stuff. Do you see why it's important for us to have these the virtual and the live cooking shows separated?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
In every single person except Lori Gilbert, she's the first person that it's opposite. It's really skewing their numbers, and so they're kind of not believing what's going on for some people, because they say, well, that's not my average, that's not my guest order per show. So, and right. I know they already separated out now, so yep. It should just be a couple extra boxes, and I think that will really make a difference in this. But this is exciting stuff. And I know Kylie's got to get back into a meeting, so I'm going to pause here, and we're going to go back to regular. Thank you, ladies, for letting me share your, okay, let's stop the share. Here we go. And Kylie is on the phone. Kylie is going to, and I called the company in a panic, not panic today, but they were all in meetings, and I was bugging everybody, and somebody probably said, just answer her phone call. She's not going to stop. So anyway, Kylie's going to share with us a little bit more about the Facebook rules and regs, and share where we can get more information. So take it away, Kylie. Thank you.
All right. Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on your call. It's my pleasure to be with you today. And, you know, we're excited about our new digital advertising program here at Home Office because we're always hoping to give you additional ways to build your business. So as directors, you received an email a couple of weeks ago that has a little bit of information about why we updated our policy, and that has a direct link in it to the digital advertising training guide that's in Consultants Corner. I'll direct you to that resource also. If you can also navigate to the digital advertising training page in Consultants Corner by going under training and resources. You can go to marketing online, and then you'll see the digital advertising page there as well. But that has really, consider that your hub of information that talks about all about policy, guidelines. It has the 4 different types of advertising that you're able to participate in, and exactly step by step how to use them, as well as resources that we link you to for further information. So I do encourage you to check that out. So again, we've updated our policy to provide U.S. consultants flexibility to advertise online, and our goal with this is to give you a greater ability to promote your business locally and grow your business through increased sales and greater brand awareness. Now, you know, as a Pampered Chef consultant and director, you're an ambassador for a Pampered Chef brand. So we do have some brand guidelines in place. Some things to keep in mind are that it is important for us to use our brand colors, images, etc., as much as possible, because that helps people really have one consistent image of Pampered Chef, and it really helps all of us together when you stick to those. So some ways that you're able to do that, we'll be using something that we call ad packs, and we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. Some other great resources are the marketing imagery resources, such as the Facebook post. And if you want to design your own ad or alter one of ours, you need to submit it for approval. And we'll tell you in a little bit about how to do that. So some of the guidelines to follow: advertising can be local only. And that means you cannot exceed 50 miles of your permanent resident zip code. All advertising links must direct to your personal website. All advertising must clearly identify yourself as an independent Pampered Chef consultant. That sometimes is using the logo if it's a visual ad, or if you're using something like Google AdWords, that means it's using a visible link to your personal website. And please, you're also going to be asked to use tracking on the URLs where you send people on, that your destination URL is the place that you send people to on your personal website. So for instance, if you're sending people to a specific recipe or a specific tool, you're going to include tracking that's going to help you and us to measure how your ads are faring. Now, everything that I'm covering here, what we're going to do is give you just a brief overview today and sort of an introduction, sort of a high-level introduction of the 4 different types of advertising that are allowed. And then there are 2 webinars happening yet this week that you can participate in. And so we really encourage you to attend those to get much more specific and detailed information. So this evening at 6 o'clock Central Time, there's a webinar, and we spend an hour there. We take you step by step in a more detailed walkthrough of what each of these mean with visual examples. So I encourage you to try that. There's also another webinar Thursday at 2 o'clock Central Time. And if you're not able to join us for either of those, once the webinars are complete, we will be posting a permanent link to one of the webinars on that digital advertising page so that you can use the playback at any time that you like. All right, so with the few minutes that we have today, I'd like to walk you through the 4 different types of advertising allowed for your business and what they mean. The first one is called social boosting. Now, social boosting is when you take a social media post, and think of something that you might use if you've got it needs to link to a business page, so that's one of the prerequisites. If you don't currently have a business page, you would need to set one up for social boosting. But what you do here is you're going to take a post, let's say a post about the Rock Crock or some of our holiday items, and you can boost it within Facebook. And you can do that one of 2 ways. And again, all the directions for how to do this you'll find on the page. But one way to do that is to say, among my followers, let's say you have 150 followers of your page. Maybe you want to just boost to your own followers. Well, if you do that, that's one type of boosting. And what's going to happen is that when you boost to the people who like your page, this is going to take your boost and pop it to the top of their news feed or somewhere that's very prominent in their news feed, so you have a better chance of it being seen. The other type of social boosting is if you're trying to find a new audience. If you're trying to find a new audience, then you would go on and you can select an audience based on age range, maybe some interests, and then that's one that you would need to limit within 50 miles. So those are the 2 different types of social boosting. One is to people that are already your customers, but making your boost stand out in their feed. The other one is to say, I want to try to find some new customers in my area, and so then I'm going to search by criteria and limit it to 50 miles. So that's the first type, which is social boosting. The next type of advertising is called social media ads. Ads on social media are typically appear in that right-hand rail, and so you've seen probably many sponsored ads before when you're in Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest. But these are actual ads, not just a post to your group, but it's an actual ad that's going to link back to your website. And those are typically going to appear on the side when people are searching on Facebook. Once in a while, they might come up into the feed as well. So for these ads, we've provided something called ad packs. We have one message on recruiting, one on hosting a show, and one on seasonal products. And we're actually, the current seasonal one we're at the very tail end of the some of the ice cream products, and we're getting ready to post some within the next week or so that are geared toward holiday and new fall seasonal products. So in that case, when you're actually creating an ad, use our social media packs because we've really done the work for you there. If you don't use our social media packs and you want to create your own, there is an ad submission form in Consultants Corner that you can use. And then we aim to approve those within 3 days or less so that you can get up and running with your business. The third type of advertising is called display or banner ads. Now, these are ads that appear on other people's websites. For instance, maybe you're going to appear on a Taste of Home website or something like that. You don't control which websites your ad appear on. What you do instead is you're going to tell Google what type of audience you want to reach. So you're going to help reach people while they're browsing their favorite website, and then your Pampered Chef ad would come up within context. So you might be looking for people, for instance, who like to cook, people who like kitchenware, and then Google AdWords will put those into appropriate placements for you. So again, something like that needs to be 50 miles or less. All of these do, except for the only exception to this is that social boosting to your own network. And again, for the display and banner ads, you've seen banner ads, I'm sure, at the top of many websites. These are either going to be a banner at the top of the website, or it'll be typically in the right-hand sidebar of the website. It'll just be an ad that they'll click on that will always go back to your PWS. And again, we've provided you with artwork there already that's up and ready to go and already identifies you as a Pampered Chef independent consultant. So we really recommend going that direction if you like. And then the fourth type of advertising is called paid search. This is where you're actually bidding on search terms. So what you would do is you'd set up something called an Google AdWords account. Again, we have step-by-step directions and resources for how to do this on the training page. But what you're doing is you're bidding on the likelihood of, if somebody enters a search term, such as cookware or cutlery, you're bidding on that term, hoping that when they click on, when they search for cookware, that your ad will come up at the top. So this is, you might have seen this before if you've ever noticed, let's say you search for cookware, there will be a sponsored ad toward the very top of the feed. You know, you've got, let's say there's 12 links that are being delivered back to you on the page. When you search for cutlery, at the very top, you're usually going to see a few that say ad. And those are the paid ads that people have paid. They've bid on those search terms, and that's what identifies it as a paid ad. The rules around these are that you can bid on generic terms such as mixing bowls, spatula, cookware, cutlery, but you cannot bid on the Pampered Chef brand name. So you can't use the word Pampered Chef or any variations of our brand name. So basically, an easy way to know which words you can't use is anything that has a registered trademark on it. So if you're looking through our products, anything that has a registered trademark on it, you cannot bid on those words. So some examples would be rock crock, microplane, mix and scraper. All of those terms are terms that we own, so you're not able as an independent consultant to actually bid on those terms. But you could have crock pot or spatula or grater, okay? So those are some of the basic, yes.
Can I interrupt just for 1 minute?
Yes, please.
That one is the one that can get a little pricey, correct? So to be careful?
Yes, I agree. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I'd say that the last thing that I want to make sure that you keep in mind is, you know, you can always start small with this and gradually get bigger, you know, but what we don't want to have happen is for you to invest a lot in this and not have a return. So we are recommending in our webinars to start small. We are honestly looking at things, we're saying, you might want to say 4 cents per click, or 10 cents per click, because every time someone clicks on one of those ad, let's say somebody searches for cutlery and they click on your ad. Every time someone clicks, that's why it's called a pay-per-click advertising. Every time someone clicks on that, you get charged. Your account gets charged another 4 cents or 10 cents or whatever you set as the rate for that search term. So a few things to keep in mind are maybe start with very small amounts because pennies on a click can add up quickly. And the other is put a budget, maybe a daily budget of what is the most I want to spend per day or per week or per month on this, because you can always go bigger. But, you know, we wouldn't want to see you invest a whole lot and then have your investment not pay off. So I think it's really smart to play with it, take some time, experiment, and see, gosh, if I have this, if I am specific about this type of cutlery term, maybe I have better results on that and more clicks than I do on another term. And really see, because you can always get bigger, but we recommend starting small and then growing it over time based on the results that you see. Now, with all of these types of advertising, with each type on the training page, we tell you how to enter the tracking so that you see your tracking and we do as well. And that helps us keep an eye on how this is impacting the business, and it helps you see where your investment is going. Okay? So those are, I know it's a lot to cover in a few minutes, but hopefully that gives you an introduction to what the 4 different types of advertising are. And what we really recommend is to join us on the webinar where we take a slower walk through with images and a slower breakdown of all of these. And we also have, we allow time at the end to answer questions.
That's awesome. One last question, I'll let you go. I know you have to get back into a meeting, Kylie. With that last form of advertising, is there a spot that you can say, I want to spend $10 a day? Is there a max that you can put in anywhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. And we really recommend that. Like I said, maybe just start with a couple dollars a day or something. So I'd say, look at all this, look at the other ways that you invest in your business, right? Is it printing? Is it advertising in a local paper? Or, where do you see this fitting into your business? Plan accordingly and maybe say, what's the most I would want to really spend in a month? And then break that down into a daily budget so that it doesn't take you off guard.
Right.
I think that's a good way to do it. You can always expand it further if you're finding success, but we really recommend, start a little smaller, see what works for you, but absolutely you want to have a daily threshold. That basically what happens is they're going to say, okay, among all the different people that are bidding on that word cutlery, for example, we're going to shuffle that amongst all these different sponsors, and we'll deliver it up as many times as your budget allows. So you're not competing, I'd say, with other consultants as much as it might be other kitchenware companies, and so trying a few different search terms is useful to see what people are really responding to and kind of where do you feel like is a sweet spot for you.
Okay, awesome. Let's give Kylie a big hand. Woo-hoo! Thank you so much, Kylie.
Right. Thank you. Thanks for having me. And we'll look forward to seeing some of you on the webinar either tonight or Thursday.
Yes.
The times and the registration links are on that digital advertising guide online.
On the digital advertising guide online. All right.
Yep.
Awesome.
And again, the way to get to that is either through that email that you got about digital advertising. There's a direct link, or you can go to under training and resources, go to marketing online, and then you'll see a link to the digital advertising page. Okay?
Awesome. And that is Central Time, correct?
Yes. That's right. 6 p.m. Central tonight, 2 p.m. Central on Thursday.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right. Good stuff, huh? How many of you can be on the webinar today? Okay. How about on Thursday?
Maybe.
Awesome. Good. All right. One other thing I want to briefly share with you, because our time is almost up, is we put together, Marie at her meeting last week did a walking taco bar. Is everybody familiar with what a walking taco is? If you've had high schoolers at the football game, they give you a bag of chips, either Doritos or Fritos usually. They put a scoop of they crush them, put a scoop of ground beef in, some lettuce, tomatoes, onion, some salsa sometimes, or some sour cream, and then you mix that bag up and then you eat it with a fork. It's called a walking taco. All right, Marie did it with her team, and she's done it at a show recently, and the ladies went nuts for it. So yesterday, we started it with Marie's pictures, and I'm going to screen share with you what I did. Okay, screen share. And let's see if I can, hold on. Let me open this first and see if that's how I have to do it. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, and we did a walking taco instruction sign also for you. Come on, open up. Make sure it's not back here somewhere. All right. All right, there we go. All right, so now let me share the screen. And here we go, walking taco page. All right. Okay, let me move this off to the side here. Can everybody see it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can you see this? Okay, so this is pictures from Marie's meeting. You can see all the different, I think we're gonna try and put some borders on the pictures to make them stand out a little bit differently. But at the director meeting yesterday, we took and made a shopping list for our host. If you want to do optional salsa or guacamole, and then all the tools that you can use, okay? $886 worth of tools that you can do. Now, I also took my Cool and Serve open, the open container without any sections, and I put chopped romaine lettuce in there that if people wanted to make a salad instead of the taco chips, okay? And then just put some taco chips on top of their salad. But they absolutely loved it. We were shocked at how many people never knew what a walking taco was, okay? You can see the bags of chips here. And this walking taco, step 1, grab a bag. Step 2, crush. Step 3, open. Step 4, add all your ingredients. And step 5 is enjoy. We've made that sheet up for you as well. So we will be sending both of those to you this afternoon, but it's another option. And we're trying to, I don't know if you're noticing a theme here, but we're trying anything that we're creating with the Cool and Serve salad bar, the walking tacos. I think we did it with the grill and chill, okay? But we're trying to do this really simple thing that you can send your host and get some, some energy around some of your shows, that this is something different. You can do a class at your house. This was very inexpensive to do. It's mostly fresh veggies and chips. You can close at Sam's.
Now it shows us a walking taco bar.
Yeah. So any questions? And then here's the walking taco instruction sign. All right, can you see that? Nope, okay, hold on 1 second. I need to, all right, let me put this away. And let me do the screen share again. All right, stop share. And then we want to do share screen. Here it is. I'm getting it, you guys. I'm getting it.
There.
Can you see that? Can you see the walking
Nice.
tacos? Grab a bag of chips.
Grab a bag of chips.
Okay, all right. And it was just cute. We did it on green paper, and we put it on a little, clipboard, so that we just leaned it right in front of everything. So it was just a cute way to do that. But we'll send you those 2 items today. And can we hear from Lori? I realize it's 1:02. Anybody who needs to leave can feel free to do that. Show active speaker. I just want to hear from Lori about, let's see, about the, how she's doing. Can you share some things that you shared at the retreat? Everyone was very, very impressed with you.
Aw, thanks. Well, I'm getting feedback.
There we go. Here's Lori. Okay. Let's see. Stop share. And there we go. And here's Lori.
The thing that I have been finding is working well with my virtual parties is I host this coach every single day. It's just like a kitchen show. There's truly no magic to my actual show itself, other than I have a lot of participation. But I encourage my host to post in the party every single day. Plus, I put a participation post in the party every single day because I want everybody chatting just like they would as if it was a real party. I also give my host things to say every day. Like say today's Tuesday, so she'll say, what did you guys cook over the weekend? I need some new inspiration for my kitchen. But I have a hostess coaching document that I can post in your page. I've been posting it everywhere.
That would be awesome if you could do that.
Sure, I do that. So I already created that. And then the other thing that I have done that I found made a huge difference with how many I do groups. So it might be different from what everybody else does. I do groups and I have the host ask everybody to change their notifications. And that like doubled and tripled the views of everybody, because the more people that are actually seeing the post, the better chance people are going to buy.
And what do you mean by change notification?
At the top of a group, if you click on, let me go up there. Up at the top of the group, right underneath the banner, you're going to see a little thing that says notifications. If they click on that, you can see it says all posts, highlights, friends of posts, and off. Well, Facebook automatically selects something usually for people unless they're in a lot of groups and it changes for them. I want them to select all posts so they see everything that I post.
Okay.
But by having the host post every day, she's friends with everybody. So they're going to see her post every day in the party where they might not see me post. It's all about the algorithms and getting seen by everybody. And I've kind of figured out how to get people to see what I'm posting.
Okay. And that's through having the host post regularly and then all notifications.
Correct. And then I do a lot of interactive posts every single day. It's not just all product thrown at people. It's a fun time. It's basically my kitchen show online.
Okay. And one of the things that we talked about yesterday at the director meeting is that a lot of people went to Facebook jail last week. People that were posting every 3 minutes got called for posting too much. Did you experience that last week?
No, and I post every 3 minutes, but I only post 3 times, 3 minutes apart, and then I don't post again for like 5 more hours.
Okay, so you're doing about 9 posts a day.
This is Steve.
Yes.
Compared to 15 posts a day.
Hey,
Correct.
Thanks, Sharon. Appreciate it.
Okay. We have a man talking.
Actually, I was on the Interstate 5.
Oh, I don't know who that was. Okay.
And they're going.
Yeah. Anyway, well, thank you. Is there any other tips that you can share about?
There is one more tip I can share. And this is kind of huge, and it's a slick way to get more products in. Since I'm only posting 9 posts a day, about 6 to 7 of them are product posts. When people start buying, I thank each person that buys. And the little picture that I use is actually a picture of a different product that I haven't talked about with the words thank you on it. So like, say it's the salad and berry spinner that I use. People are like, well, you didn't talk about that. What's that? So it encourages more conversation. So, and it's another way to sneak in another product without it looking like it's a product post.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you, Lori. I really appreciate it. I know you have transformed your business in the past year. What were your sales last May, like 19,000 or 21,000?
19,000. I actually got my letter from Wahoo Woman. I was number 2 in May.
Yeah, awesome. Yay! That's awesome. That's awesome. And a few of us are going to go on a road trip. We're going to try and get out to Katie Hotchletter's show. And,
Oh, that would be fun.
yeah, and see what she's doing. I'm going to call her this afternoon, and Laura Teal said she'd go with me. So I said, okay, let's see where I can fit in a little road trip in between PT and all these coaching calls. So you guys, I hope you're enjoying the coaching calls that I'm doing. 56 out of 64 of you have committed to coaching with me, and I'm very excited about that. So I hope that anything that you want from me, if you want direction in a certain way, or if you feel like you're weaker here and stronger here, please communicate that to me so we can use our time super wisely and grow you where you need to be grown. Okay. And if I can't do it, I can find someone that is an expert in whatever that subject may be. So, but I'm really excited. I've been boasting about you to the home office, letting them know how wonderful you've been. I've only had 2 people miss calls out of 2 rounds of coaching calls. That's huge, you guys. That is just huge. So I want to thank you for your commitment and your, I'm just blown away by you. So thank you very much. All right, anything else anybody wants to share before we get off the phone? I know we're past our time, and I apologize. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much. I resent the coaching notes. I hope everybody got them. All right. And okay, let's see. Oh, love these tips, Lori. Thank you. Yeah, and Lori's going to post her host coaching for virtual shows on our PC Nancy Joe's personal page. And anytime you guys have something like that to share, throw a copy of it to me in an email or a text, and then also put it on the PC team not the PC team training, but the Nancy Joe's personal page, because it's hard for me to keep up with the Facebook posts. Okay, I'm just going to be really, really honest. I get over 200 a day, and so it's a little tough. So I'm a little bit better with emails, texts, and instant messaging. So please communicate that way with me so I can go and see it. Okay, but thank you very much. And just a little update. I'm feeling good. PT is going really well. And I'm starting to make my schedule for next year. Yay! My schedule for next year for coming out and visiting. So if you would like a visit, please let me know, and I'll put you in the schedule, because the next 2 years I'm coming out to you. And then with retreats, I'm going to be doing many retreats, different retreats all over the place. And if those people are willing to open up their retreats, I will let you know where I'm going to be. Like I know I'm going to be with Sandy in South Carolina. Now I know she'll probably be in a house, so I don't know if there'll be a couple of extra spots there, but maybe someone who's close there who might want to travel to the coast. I love the ocean, so anytime I can, I will. So needless to say, and I know there's going to be, I'm going to be with Marie and Patty in Austin. So I know Sharon and Leanne are probably going to want to jump in on that one. I'm going to be in Wisconsin. I'm going to be in Michigan. I'm going to be in Ohio, in Pennsylvania. So let me know if you are interested in, and even if you want to gather with a couple of other directors, I can come and do something just for you, okay? Even if it's just an all-day meeting, all right, on a Saturday. It doesn't have to be a retreat 3 days long, okay? Especially if you've got some great consultants that want leadership. I'm really looking to help you build your teams and change your titles. That's my mantra this year. Change those titles. You know? Yay! So anything I can do to help you, let me know. My time is your time. So God bless you guys, and I thank you for this time this afternoon. You have a productive, blessed day.
Thank you, Nancy Jo.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Here. Bye-bye.